YouTube, Joshua the Window Cleaner here with another giveaway night. We are on night 29 tonight, and these are the tools that you can win. We want to give a huge shout out to Window Magic Supply in San Diego for donating these tools to give away to you for you to try. So thank you so much, Window Magic Supply. Tonight's show is going to be some great topics about management, so I hope that you are able to stay the entire show. These are the tools that you will be able to win, and you could win on this show. Now, I want to talk about these two silencers. I'm going to be giving away these two silencers on my silencer review, so make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you can get that alert, because it's going to be the first person that comments is going to be able to win a silencer. So make sure to subscribe and stay tuned for that. So hope y'all enjoy the show. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Hey YouTube, Joshua the Window Cleaner here. Another Friday night. Here we are on night 29. So thank y'all so much for all the support and joining me on this show tonight. I really appreciate y'all's time. I'm going to try to keep it as short as possible. It seems like it might be about a 30-minute show, so just kind of give you an idea of how long this show will be tonight. Might not take 30 minutes, but I have a pretty good bit of topics that I want to talk about tonight that have just been running through my mind all week, and that's really why I love to do this show. This show is so awesome because I can come in here and I can kind of spit out my journey and everything like that. So I do not claim to know everything or even claim to make you a certain amount each year. This advice tonight is from my experience, and it could change over time as I learn. My goal is to help you create ideas to grow your business in your own way through my journey and experiences. And giveaway night is for window cleaners to try new tools and share their experience here each week. As you can see, I'm a little bit more prepared. So those who have been on here every week, I'm a little bit more prepared tonight. I wanted to write out exactly, what my goal is for the show and everything, so that way everybody knows. So we received these tools on the show from Window Magic Supply, and very soon we will be receiving tools from Window Cleaning Resource or windowcleaner.com. You can request tools that you want to see on the show by simply typing the tool's name in the comment section off to the side. It might not be that side, it might be that side, but off to the side. So whatever side it's on, go ahead and type in the comments what you want. I'm going to write this down. Every show you can do this. So if you're, watching this and then you're like, oh, I'm late to the show, it doesn't matter. You can put them on there whenever. I'll do my best to write them down, or you can just be here next week or be here on Friday night, and you can type in your comment that way. And then that way I can get a list of everything that you guys want to see on the show, things that you want to try out. So I did get a list last week and got it pretty much, I guess, approved. So they're going to be shipping all that stuff out soon. So you'll see another shelf back there in the back, probably right here. And it'll have all of the window cleaning resource tools that they're going to be giving away. So giveaways from two different companies. And this is so that you can try them out, because Window Cleaning Resource has tools that Window Magic Supply does not, and vice versa. So it's really cool to have these tools that you can try out from each place. So so don't forget to request the tools that you want to see by simply just typing into the comments. All right, so I'm going to jump straight into the topics, and then tonight I will be asking a question in between topics to see who's going to win, and then we'll finish up, and there will be no live show. And then don't forget, next week is going to be SteveO's show. So SteveO The Window Cleaner is going to be on the show next week for the 30th night. We've already pre-recorded and everything, so it's all good to go for sure, and that will be airing next Friday. So make sure to put that in your calendar, write that down. It's going to be an awesome show, and we really put our feelings out there. I watched it later and I was like, dang, it was like talking about how like tools we didn't like and just voicing our opinions. So it's going to be a good show for you to watch. But I'm going to go ahead and jump straight into the topics and not waste too much of your time tonight. So that way you can go and spend time with your family. It's Friday night. Go spend time with your family. Maybe watch a movie. Hopefully, if you have time after this show. I don't know what time it is where you're at, but spend time with your family. I always encourage that each week. And I'm spending a lot of time with my family right now because I have a baby on the way. My baby will be due in December. We're super excited about it, but we're trying to enjoy the peace and quiet while we can because we don't have a baby right now. So, all right. So, jumping straight into the topics, we're not going to talk about babies tonight. I'm actually going to talk about how to manage your money. Basically, tonight is just management topics a little bit, and not so much management topics like you're used to. So these are a little bit different. This is just kind of like what organization is more of what I would call it, I guess. But I'll kind of refer back to organization as management. So, anyways, manage your money. So be smart with your spending habits. Have different bank accounts. For example, I have a business bank account. I have a profit bank account that I take out every single job that runs through. I put 5% into this profit account, and then I pull that out quarterly because that's like my own money, but it's just 5%. And I can leave it in there and save if I want to, but it's just a profit account. So it's 5% off of every single job goes into this account. Then I have an owner's draw account, which weekly I get to pull 10%. So 10% of every single job goes into this account. So you got 15% right there that I'm getting paid off of every single job, which is what I like to do. And then I pay myself a small salary. But you will get to there if you're not there already. But so you want to have a business expense account, which is where all your expenses is going to come out. It's where all of your, all your expenses, payroll, everything, every time you buy something. So this is where your checks are going to be coming through. And then you want to put those percentages. So you take out what you made for the week, and then you take out that 5%, put it in profit, 10%, put it in your owner's draw account. So you got business expenses, profit, which you'll take out quarterly, owner's draw account, which you'll take out weekly and put it in your personal account. And then you'll have a business savings account. So that'll be all you need. You need 4 bank accounts for your business. And then you'll have, 5. And I'll talk about the last one in just a second. But then you'll have the personal checking account and then your personal savings account. And then you'll have one for taxes. Now, I haven't been using the ones for taxes this year because I have already done tax planning. I'm already on payroll now because I'm an S Corp. So it's a little bit different now than it is when you're a sole prop. But when you're a sole prop, you can't put yourself on payroll, or you're not supposed to. You're paying taxes for no reason. So don't put yourself on payroll if you're a sole prop. Just pay yourself like you're, like I said, organize all these different accounts and stuff. And it might sound ridiculous. Some people might, why do you have to have so many bank accounts? I have one bank account. Good. That's great. That's good news for you. But I'm just saying what I do and sharing my experience, just like, the disclaimer I said at the beginning of the show. I don't want you to get upset with me because I know this is probably not what a lot of people do. And they're probably like, that's a lot of work, Josh. But I'm telling you, this is a way that you can get organized, and you will see that you will end up having more money at the end of the day by doing this. If you have it all in one account, it's super stressful. If somebody hacks your account, there's just so many reasons why this makes sense. So don't count it out unless you tried it. And then also, I'd like to say, hire an accountant. If you do not have an accountant, you need to hire an accountant. Make sure that all your books are in order, and to make sure you're doing everything properly. They can do all these transactions. Now, you're going to have to pay more for these services because you got 6 different bank accounts that you're using. So you're going to have to pay for services to do it. Like, I think I pay like $500 a month, which is ridiculous. But I have 7 different bank accounts. She goes through and she does everything. I don't have to worry about my books. She goes through and makes the transfer. So every Monday, I get that 10 and that 5% go into that account. I see it going in there, And so it's super crucial that you have an accountant because you're not going to have time to do all these things. Now, I used to stay up to about 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, then wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, work all day, I had an office, literally, and I did the secretary's job. So after I got off work at 5 o'clock, I would do the secretary's job until like 12 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. And my wife can vouch for me because she was seeing this before we even got married. But yeah, so then I hired an accountant and I hired a secretary. I needed those two. I needed those two. I had to have an accountant and I had to have a secretary because I was spending way too much time in my office, but it was structure. It was management. It was organization. It was just kept piling up because you have so many clients and you're trying to be organized. So hire a tax guy. This is another thing. You want to do yearly tax planning. If you do your own taxes, don't do it. I did my own taxes my first 2 years, and I messed them up, and I didn't even know it. But I knew it later whenever I had my bookkeeper go through all of my books and make sure everything was in order. That's the way you want to do it. So, like I said, I hired an accountant, but you also need a good tax guy. Sometimes your your accountant is not a CPA, which means that they're not really a tax guy. So you need a specific tax guy, and then do yearly tax planning. So every year when you do your taxes, and that during that time, plan for the next year. That's just a really good practice to keep in play. And then throughout the year, make sure you're paying taxes throughout the year. See if you can pay like quarterly or something, because yearly is kind of rough. I actually pay weekly, which is easier for me. And so what I do is I pay it out of my check, basically. But when you're becoming S Corp, you can do all this. And talk to your tax guy. Like, don't take my word for that. This is just what I'm doing. This is in my experience. This is just things that I've been doing. So don't take my word for it. Go and get your tax guy, and they can help you do tax planning. Have a cash spot at home just in case the banks collapse. So I also have some cash that I try to save as much as I can, and I use it if I have to, but I try not to use it, because just in case the banks go down, somebody hacks into your account, you got to go put some money in there, because payroll's coming out the next day, and you don't want to get flagged, $500 because it didn't go through. And there's so many things that business owners, this is what, if you're a business owner right now and you're small, this is what it leads up to. So if you keep doing what you're doing, keep growing your business, this is what it leads up to: a lot of responsibility, a lot of overhead, a lot of different things. So like I said, you want to have a cash spot just in case something happens with the banks, or you get hacked, or like anything could happen. So you want to be able to put that money in there. But that's also why you want to have more accounts too. But if the bank collapses for some weird reason, you lose everything in there, you still got some money. Don't put everything in the bank. I don't agree with that. So that's just my recommendation. My next move, like as far as money goes and managing money and organizing money, my next move is hiring a financial advisor. Because I've done all this that I was just talking about. I literally have done all that and been doing that for a couple years now. And so now that I've been doing that for a couple years, I feel like I'm in a place where all of my accounts are pretty comfortable. And now I can look into a financial advisor and see if there's something I can be investing in, something that's their job. They go out and they find, how to make more money for people. So I can just kind of, they can run ideas to me, if I can pay them to see where I need to put my money, see if I can invest and make even more money off of the money that we have for the business. This is just good. This is just good for the business. You want to make sure that you're making as much money as you possibly can, because you want to be able to give. You want to be able to give to your employees. You want to be able to give back to the community. You can't do that if there's no money in there. So you got to make sure to manage your money correctly. So my next move in the financial world is hiring a financial advisor to tell me where I should put my money, and what I should invest in and what I shouldn't invest in. I think that's going to be super smart for the future. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and do the giveaway question. 13 minutes in. For all those people that wait until the last, and they're like, oh, it's been like 20 minutes. I'm going to run in there real quick. Yeah, you're going to miss it. All right, so here's the giveaway question tonight. Name 4 different squeegee channels to win tonight's giveaway tool. First one wins. Name 4 different squeegee channels. I can think of 4. I got 4. Okay, 4 squeegee channels. Different names for squeegee channels. Okay, first one wins. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the drawing. Okay. All right, we got the California Dream Pole. Somebody's winning that 8-foot California Dream Pole. I don't know if it's going to show it. It's super blurry. I'm so sorry. But anyways, that says California Dream Pole. Cool. So you win the 8-foot California Dream Pole. Congratulations, whoever you are, that named the 4 different squeegee channels. I know you're out there now. All right, so congratulations. You win the Dream Pole. I'm going to bring it over here now. So that way, whenever somebody comes into the show, if they showed up late, they're going to be like, oh, man, I missed my opportunity. Sorry. Normally I do it at the end of the show, but tonight I'm doing it a little bit into the middle of the show. So California Dream Pole, congratulations. You got an 8-foot California Dream Pole. Set that right here. Perfect. All right, so let's get back to the topics. I got a few more topics tonight, and then like I said, we're not going live, so you can go spend time with your family or do whatever you do. The next thing I want to talk about is managing your business, organizing your business. Even if you don't have employees, you want to treat yourself like an employee and visualize what they would do and how they would operate. Find out more ways to be structured. that's super important, because when you're hiring employees, if you don't have structures for those employees, like if you don't have a write-up system, or if you don't have like a desk, if you don't have like for secretary, like if you don't even have the work for the secretary to do, like what is the secretary going to do? You got to list out like what you want them to do, answering phones, like whatever those tasks are, list them out. Visualize that, have that structured. Slowly structure it. Like if you structure your business just a little bit each day, just put a little bit more in place, whether it be contracts or just something a little bit more each day on, what your employees are going to look like. What, like for me, my next employee was going to be a helper for who used to be my helper. He's going to be a lead guy, and then I need a helper for him. That's the next employee I'm going to hire. And then I'm going to jump into the sales boat and make sure that I keep them busy. And I'm going to help Melissa, and then we're going to hire another person, and then I'm going to go be a lead, and then I'm going to have another guy under me that I'm going to train for a year or so, and then we'll have 2 crews going, and then I'll turn him into a lead. Now, this is a very slow process. I don't plan on getting rich overnight. I just want to work. I like working. I don't care if I had even if I had billions of dollars in the bank, I would still go out and work. I like to work, so it has nothing to do. I'm not working for the money. I mean, I guess I do kind of work for the money, but I don't. That's not what my goal is. I guess I just want to support my family, and that's really it. Like I just want to support my family and have the things that I need, and not necessarily everything that I want, because there are plenty of things out there that I could say that I want that I don't have, and I probably never will have, and I'm okay with that. Like I'm totally okay with that. But I have everything I need, and that's mainly why I love what I do. So just putting that in perspective too, because if you're chasing money, you will never get to enough money. It doesn't matter if you have billions of dollars, you will still want more money. So, if you can live comfortably, I'd say that you can live a little bit less stressful, because you're never going to get to where you're like, I have all the money. You're never going to get to there. So, don't let that be your focus. Don't put your hope in that. So, all right. So even if you don't have employees, treat yourself like an employee and visualize what they would do. So that means paying yourself, like making sure that you're getting a check each week. Not necessarily, it doesn't have to be a check. It can be a transfer from one bank to another. Start you up another bank account. Transfer it from the business to your personal each week, and then watch your business account grow. You know what I mean? Have yourself a set salary or a certain hour. If you do the hour thing, I did that, and there won't be anything in the business, because if you worked like I did, I worked so many overtime hours and stuff that the business would have went bankrupt a long time ago. So there was a lot of time where I was not able to pay myself, but I saved up to be able to do that. Before I had employees, I made sure that money is there to survive off of yourself. Like you got to know how much it costs, to live, how much it costs to pay all your bills, how much it costs to do all that stuff. But you want to treat yourself like an employee. So pay yourself. Think about bonuses. See how much it costs. So if I pay myself 25 hours this week, or if I pay myself 40 hours, like just kind of get that idea of how much it's going to cost you. How much are you willing to pay somebody? Write down all that. It's super important that you find the cost on everything. Always look at the cost if you really want to grow. Know exactly how much you would pay an employee, exactly how much everything costs. Look into exactly how much HR costs, payroll, workers' comp, safety, like all these things. Like how much does it cost? How much is my license going to cost yearly? How much is my license going to cost monthly? If it's monthly, which I don't know what I guess it would be yearly, or I think that's what ours is. I think we have to do our license every year. Like we have to update it. But anyway, so yeah, you want to make sure that you look into the cost and find out more ways to be structured. I'm going to say that again. Find out more ways to be structured, which means look into business plans. Look into just to have ideas. Look at templates, business plan templates, just to get ideas. Go to window cleaning, different websites. People that do window cleaning websites, kind of see what they have, going on. Not necessarily to see, not to copy them, but to get ideas on how you would like to do things and things you might miss. So and also talk to business owners. Other window cleaning business owners like myself would be a good person to talk to. If somebody's been doing it for 30 years, there's plenty of groups on Facebook where you can meet other window cleaners if you have not yet.
But just kind of getting ideas from them. Don't try to get their whole business, because that kind of frustrates me sometimes whenever I have people ask me, like, give me your whole setup, like show me exactly what you do on everything. I'm like, I don't want to show you everything like that. I'm going to slowly show everybody on YouTube as much as I can and as I grow, because everything changes. I could talk about how I was the sole prop all day long, but it don't matter now because I'm an S corp, so I have to handle tax things different. I have to handle all kinds of different things. So everything's going to change. Everything is changing every day. That's why I'm making these videos and taking you on this journey. Um, so yeah, don't be overwhelming on people like that. But pay yourself a salary and get used to paying it each week. Have that expense and then get used to that when you start paying somebody. Maybe even do 2 accounts and then act like you have 2 employees and put it in those accounts. And I mean, it's your money, but at least you're getting used to paying that stuff. And then that's just going to make it a lot easier whenever it gets slow, or you just you're used to it. You're like, oh, I already have these expenses every week. Like, I know I got at least $3,000 coming out every single week for payroll. That's a lot. And then I look at rent and it's like, oh, rent is not even $3,000, for a whole month. And I stress about the rent more than I do paying my employees $3,000 a week, because I know that I got to get out there and grind and do what I got to do to make that money each week. So those are very important things. And just because if you find somebody good, just because you think that oh, I can only pay like this much. If somebody's going to be worth it and they got a little bit more experience, don't cut yourself short. Maybe you just need to sit on that one person for a while and don't hire 2 people. You know what I mean? Like, maybe you need to just pour into that one person. Maybe they don't work out. Don't put all your hope into one thing either. Think about it day by day, and that you're growing day by day. You're slowly structuring your business. You're slowly building this business, and bricks are going to fall off, and you're going to be able to put them back up there, and it's going to work out. Like, just, don't freak out. It's all going to be good. Let's see. Also, look into leadership programs and classes for yourself and for employees. So, go through a leadership program yourself, or go through some kind of training program yourself, or class or certification or whatever. Go through it yourself, and then see if it's something that you want your employees to have, or see if it's something that you feel like it's necessary for them to have. I think that that's super important. Like I was talking about in my other videos, I have a business coach, and my business coach also talks to my employees. And we're going to schedule meetings where we're all 3 going to be in the meeting, and we're going to be talking about goals and all that stuff, which is the next thing that I want to start as far as building my business, is setting goals for my team and goals with my team. So I want to set goals for them, like, hey, I want you to reach this goal, and then I also want us to have this goal. That's kind of my next journey, or my next idea. But yeah, if you organize your business structure daily, focus on building one day at a time, and it will add up. Don't necessarily just feel like you got to do everything overnight. It does not work that way. You will make a lot of mistakes. You will wish you didn't do that if you go that route. So just be real careful on that. All right, so I'm about at 25 minutes. I'm going to cut this off at 25 minutes. So I hope y'all enjoyed the show tonight. Thank you so much. There's no live show after. This is all the topics I wanted to talk about tonight, and I did squeeze it in under 30 minutes. So I'm really happy about that, because that's more time with my family, more time for you and your family. Next week's show is SteveO. SteveO is on the show. So SteveO The Window Cleaner, if you don't know who that is, are you even on YouTube? I mean, he's got like 19,000 subscribers, and he's awesome. He's a really cool guy. He is my rep that I buy all my tools from, and he's always been there to help me, and just always been able to get my tools on time every time. And if I ever have any issues with my tools, he's always right there to help. And I just send him a picture. I don't have to deal with emails or anything like that. So it's so good to have him as a rep. But yeah, so SteveO will be on the show next week, and it's a really good show. Like, it's such a good show. I can't remember how long it is. I think it's like an hour and 15 minutes or something. It's a super long show, but there's some really good information in there. And I kind of ask some touchy questions about some tools and stuff. And I also talk about some of the feelings I have towards some tools, apparently, because I went back and watched it. I was like, wow, like, I'm really I'm really aggravated at some tools. I didn't even realize it, but we got to talking about it. I just, you know how it is when you get to talking with another window cleaner. You just kind of get amped up and excited about it. And also, big shout out to HD Washman. He won the Joshua the Window Cleaner kit giveaway, and he actually drove to my house and picked it up, and we had a blast. We talked about so much. I showed him all my tools. I was showing him my van. Like, man, we talked for hours, didn't even realize it. And it was awesome to meet HD Washman. So huge shout out to HD Washman. If you don't know who that is, you got to get on Facebook or something. Hopefully he's in the comments right now. But thank you, HD, for all your support. I really appreciate it, man. I hope you're enjoying all the tools that you won. It was like, it come out to be like $500, $600 worth of tools whenever he left. All the stuff that I gave, maybe even like $700, $800 worth of tools. But yeah, so thank y'all so much for your support. I really appreciate it. And we will see y'all next week on the SteveO and Joshua the Window Cleaner show, I guess. And then after that, I've already ordered all the tools from Window Cleaning Resource, so we should have Window Cleaning Resource on the show, and we'll have another bracket of tools and cool things for you to win. So hope y'all enjoyed the show once again, and we will see y'all next week. Y'all have a blessed week. Peace out.